Good evening, BookTube. Tonight, I want to start an original tag. I um, I hope there will be people who will do this tag, even though I did not personally tag them, because I'm only going to tag two people at the end. Because, well, a booktuber like me, I do want to tag a lot of people, but to be frank, they really don't know I exist. So we'll see what happens. But I felt so strongly about getting this little game of mine out there, that I decided to make this tag anyway, even though not many people might notice at first. Hopefully more people will get into this tag in the future. Okay, let's begin. So I was gonna go through the prompts already, but I forgot to introduce to you what this tag is. I would like to call it the Fictional Universes Tag. I was going to call it the Rabbit Hole Tag, but if I did, people might start arguing with me over the definition of what down the rabbit hole means. So I decided to stay safe and say the Fictional Universes Tag. This tag was inspired by my love of traveling and exploring new places and escapism. That's what reading is all about, escapism. That you immerse yourself in a fictional world because, well, you just have to leave the real world, at least for a short while. So, what if you could ultimately travel to alternate universes? This is why I considered calling it the Rabbit Hole Tag. So, the idea is, imagine if there was a portal that you found in your closet one day, like in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or in Alice in Wonderland, Down the Rabbit Hole, that brought you to a fictional universe, that brought you to another dimension. Where would you go and what would you do in these alternate universes, in these fictional universes? So that's the idea behind this tag. Now, when I say fictional universes, I'm going to now lay out all the rules to what fictional realities you can and cannot use. So I'm going to be flexible and say anything from television, movies, comic books, novels, and video games, they're all fair game. It should just be books, but to be fair, a lot of TV series and movies are based on books or have got novelizations, so there's a little way out there. But regardless, I do this so that the people who do this tag have maximum flexibility. But there is some rules as to which fictional universe you cannot pick. So what you can pick is any alternate past, alternate history where the past is significantly changed, like a time travel sort of story, or a dystopian or utopian future, a speculated future. A fantasy universe like Lord of the Rings also counts. Worlds where there are multiple inhabited planets like Star Wars also count, so science fiction, all sorts of science fiction worlds count. So they all count. But the rule is the nature of that reality must have something very different from this reality, from this world. So a contemporary fiction that sticks to that has magic absent from it, a contemporary fiction or historical fiction which does not dramatically alter the nature of that reality compared to this world, does not count. And if your fictional universe has elements of the supernatural in it, the rule is, if it's just a character's random encounter with magic or some supernatural entity, like if there was just one person entering a haunted house, for instance, that doesn't count. Entering a haunted house and finds ghosts there, whatever. But if the society learns of the existence of ghosts or the existence of vampires or whatever, and then the rules governing that world change accordingly, like it's collective knowledge, and then so the world changes because of this strange new element, that counts. So Harry Potter counts because there is a hidden society of magic users. So one person's random encounter with the supernatural doesn't count. But a world where the supernatural is everywhere, and then everyone, or at least a large group of people a large group of people are aware of its existence, of the supernatural elements, that counts. So, with that in mind, let's go to the prompts. I'm excited. Okay, prompt number 1. What universe would you like to visit and explore? Now, that's the most simple one. Where would you, if you found a portal to an alternate world, where would you want to visit and explore? What is the most interesting worlds to visit and explore? I've chosen 2 because, well, for one, this tag gives me an excuse to shout out this book, this other book, and I can't decide which one is more fascinating. So it's a tie between the Myst universe, where there are things called linking books, or no, not linking books, descriptive books they call them, that when you touch a certain panel on a page, it takes you to a place called an age. And so I was a huge fan of the Myst games. They're beautiful. They're these beautiful worlds that you explore. And I read the book. There are some beautiful places you can go to where these descriptive books take you to these wonderful worlds everywhere. So I loved the Myst setting, Myst Island. And the other one is David Wingrove's Middle Kingdom series. It was originally published as 8 books, but now it's recast into several books. This is a world where China has conquered the world, and the entire planet is covered in one huge city of various levels. I would love to explore those corridors, and I would explore these vast maze of these gigantic continent-spanning cities, and see all the beauty and ugliness of this world. I actually plan on making a video in the future about David Wingrove's Middle Kingdom series. But that I'll save for I'll save for when I get better tech. Okay. Prompt number 2. What universe would you stay in if you were transported to this world and you cannot return? Where would you stay in? My answer would be Frank Herbert's Dune Universe. There are multiple fascinating planets to live on, to explore and live on. Caladan is particularly beautiful from what I read about the descriptions of that planet. And there's life-extending spice, the spice melange that you consume. You can have a very long extended life because of it. And you get these bright, wacky blue eyes as a result. It's a fascinating world to not only explore, but it is also, I would say, a relatively safe place to live if you live on any particular planet, unless the spice flow stops, and then everyone dies from spice withdrawal. But that would be the Dune universe would be my choice of where I would like to stay if I couldn't go back. Prompt number 3. What universe would you avoid? What fictional world would you say, no, absolutely not. I am not going there at any cost. Mine? Any zombie apocalypse. So there are a lot of zombie apocalypse movies and TV shows, The Walking Dead. No. I don't want to have to fight for survival with a shotgun shooting walking corpses. Ugh, that's creepy. That's disgusting. I don't want to explore of how would I survive a zombie apocalypse. No. So prompt number 4. In what universe would you fight for a cause? Or alternatively, play a game? So if you were to enter a fictional universe, where would you want to join a faction so that they can win? So that they can it doesn't have to be the winning faction, by the way, where they can win a struggle for power, or alternatively where you will do political maneuverings where you will play the game. Or if you can do a blood sport game like, the Hunger Games, for instance. What world would you fight for a cause or play the game in, so to speak? My answer would be the Song of Ice and Fire universe. I would join Team King Stannis Baratheon. He is brutally honest. He's blunt and honest about his cause. And to me, after the Targaryens, he's the most legitimate claimant to the throne. Although, of course, when it comes to who's the father of whom, that's really irrelevant. But but in terms of rules, in terms of the law, he would be second most legitimate after the Targaryens, and he's brutally honest, and I value honesty. So I would fight for my leader who is most blunt and honest. Prompt number 5. In what universe would you want to rule? In what universe would you like to be an emperor or a king or president? My answer, the Star Wars universe. I fancy being Darth Sidious. Yes. Let me be a Dark Lord. Let me be the emperor of the universe. With the power of the Force from the dark side. Yes. Darth Sidious is one of my favorite is one of my favorite movie villains. I would want to be the ruler. I would want to be the ruler of the Galactic Empire. Anyway, now number 6. Who do I tag? Oh God, I blush with this one because, like I said, I'm only gonna tag 2 people. I don't know if they're gonna do this tag. And I would tag a lot more other people. The thing is, like I said earlier, a lot of booktubers don't know I exist, and they would not know that I gave them a shout out on this little minnow of a channel, of a booktube channel. So, but I will tag 2 people now, and that is Joel Swagman, because I see a lot of me in him, in his videos. We have a lot of the same taste in books we read, and the manner in which, and the videos he makes remind me a lot of the videos that I make, including from my old channel. Yes, I have an old channel, by the way, which was not a booktube channel. He reminds me a lot of me as a YouTuber, as a content creator. So, and I'm subscribed to him, so I'll tag him, and I will tag also someone I'm subscribed to, Ollie from Criminally. I don't know if this would be his thing, because he's not necessarily a fantasy booktuber. I should tag a lot of other fantasy booktubers, but like I said, they don't know I exist. But he likes doing tags. He makes one every week. So, here, I offer you this tag, Ollie. Okay. That's 2 people I'm tagging. And finally, let me just say that if you want a 6th or 7th or 8th addendum questions, feel free to make those questions and answer them in your video, if you do indeed go through with this tag. If you feel generous enough to make addendums. Passing motorcycle. All right. Imperfect as this video is, I hope you made it all the way to the end. Motorcycle. I hope you made it to the end, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.